welcome to what could be a championship deciding day, and a championship deciding day which might just be about to get more dramatic, because as we go to live pictures, Gabriel Gomez is in the pit lane. Gabriel Gomez, the driver who was set to start on pole position, is in the pit lane, and that is a curveball straight away. We were about to talk about the championship chance that Kei Nakamura has, and there we go. Gabriel Gomez, his race looks to begin in the pit lane, and that completely changes things. Let's go down and hear from Kei Nakamura now.
Yes, but at least now I can send it without any worries, to be honest. So hopefully we'll go after another podium. Don't really need to care much anymore, so just full send really.
Thank you.
Wow, absolutely extraordinary scenes, and that is going to change things majorly in a big way. We were expecting Gabriel Gomez to be starting on pole for this race, and instead it will be a trip to the pit lane, and that is where his race will begin. We welcome you up to the commentary box as well, and we welcome you to what will be, I'm sure, a very shocked commentary box. Alongside me is Wes, and Wes, can you believe what has just happened?
It's unbelievable, isn't it? Let's go through the grid, then we'll come back to me.
Yeah, okay, let's run you through this grid. Gomez should have been on pole, so that will mean Sebastian Weldon will go for a second win this weekend. Newman She's in third, and then it is Maximilian Popov starting in fourth position on the grid. And then we find ourselves with Charles Dupé's in fifth. Kei Nakamura, well, it's all got a little bit more easier for him. He's in sixth. Kabiranurag in seventh. Then it's Kil Kutskov in eighth. Emmanuel Olivieri in ninth. And David Kozma Christopher is in 10th. Alexander Bondarev in 11th. And then Artem Sevayukin in 12th. Deanne Collins in 13th next to Alex Powell. They are together on the grid. Then it's Bart Harrison next to Alexander Ruta. They are 15th and 16th. And then Andrea Koshnik is 17th, Matilda Patz is 18th, and Andy Kansani is in 19th, Emily Cotti in P20 as well. So let's see what the RHGP driver will be able to do from that position. Ari Bansal in 21st, Peyton Vescott's in 22nd, Badr Al-Salati is next to Hatamir on the grid. And then it is David Wilder next to Andre Rodriguez. And then Nicolas Cortez is next to Pio Coppola. They are 27th and 28th in position. And then the final two cars are Cornelia Olkutska and Nathaniel Berraby. And that is our 30-car grid, of course. We welcome Group A into play. And with that, should have seen the introduction of Gabriel Gomez. It most likely will, but from the pit lane instead, Wes.
Yeah. And we were talking before we came on air, Omi, about we were worried that it might be a bit anticlimactic this weekend. I think that pretty much hands it to Kei Nakamura. He only really needs 2 points from this race. That means, and because no, actually he doesn't even need to do that. Now I think about it, because with the performance of Nakamura in race 1, it meant that nothing less than a win would have mattered for Gomez, but all chances of that, I think, have gone now. So yeah, this is just going to be a formality for KMB as far as the championship's concerned.
Absolutely. Staller on the grid as well, I believe, further back. Wes camera's not working, so we'll quickly get a reset going on that if you can just quickly refresh it for us. But yes, we've got time, luckily, as we are on the formation lap. But my word, that is absolutely wild scenes. We don't usually come to this broadcast, or any broadcast, and be like, oh, we've had a car that's had an issue and they've been towed to the pit lane. But on this one occasion, it has happened. On the one occasion where the championship could have been decided. It has happened, and I think that just shows you the dramatic nature of the Italian F4 Championship. Always manages to deliver. We still can't get Wes's camera working, so I'll quickly ask you, Wes, to just quickly leave the call and rejoin. Maybe that might work. That's usually our trick, by the way, everybody. We love rejoining, leaving, and getting back as well to see whether it all works. Hopefully we can quickly get it all sorted before the lights out moment as the cars will make their way to the end of the formation lap. Well, it's not the best quality, but we have got a camera, everybody. How exciting. How exciting. We have got a camera. Perfect timing because we're making our way onto the grid. So actually, I can now come up to the commentary box for you as well. And we are in your picture. And, well, Wes, that was absolutely ludicrous. So, Gabriel Gomez then will be starting from the pit lane if he even does start. And he's being towed away.
He's not starting.
He's being towed away. And that basically will confirm Key Nakamura Roberta as the champion. Will, of course, wait for his moment across the line later on in the race. But that is it. No one can defeat KMB in this championship. And the man who should have started on pole position finds himself out. And that will be the chance gone before he even really got to sit it. So he'll go from race 3 later on. Of course, we didn't see him this morning. But now the big interesting thing is, can Sebastian Weldon try to take second place in the points battle? Now that will be very interesting to see as the cars will make their way into positions on the grid. And this has been, I think, the story of Italian F4 drama from the off. And that is exactly what we've seen in our second race of the weekend here at Misano. So, Gabriel Gomez is out of the car. He will not be the champion. No one other than Key Nakamura Roberta will have that roll call. Green flag at the back. Who's going to take race number 2 of the weekend? Let's find out as all lights are lit. And we go racing in the Italian F4 Championship. Race 1 winner is leading the way. Sebastian Weldon has got the getaway that he needs to be ahead of his teammates. Maximilian Popov, though, trying to put a Van Amersfoort car in the top 3. That's where he finished earlier on as well. And he can't do so at the moment. So it is still going to be Prema. 1, 2, 3. Can the rest of them try and make their way through? It's Newman Shee who is in second place. And then we find ourselves with Andrea Charles Dupe further back. Crazy start to the races. The Premas are all over the road, but it's still Seb Weldon with the lead. Oh, spinner in the background, Wes.
Yeah, I think that was 1 or 2 of the Jensers going off in the back. Hopefully we'll get a camera down there soon and see what's going on. So yellow flag out, more battling down now coming down to the left-hander as they all sort themselves out. No contact as far as I can see. And yeah, great start from Sebastian Weldon as he leads from Newman Chi, Dupe third, Popov, Anurag, and Nakamura Roberta now up into 6th place.
Popov there really forcing some defensive driving out of Dupe at the moment. He's trying to get past and he's trying to drag his way by. Will he be able to do so? He will have to go the long way round if he is to do it. Van Amersfoort versus Prema. Anurag having to defend at the same time. That's up against our champion of this season. Anurag late on the brakes up against Popov. It all gets really close. K&B can't gain a place. Can Anurag fight his way by? Trying to go round the outside of the final few corners here at Misano. The door will open up, but he can't quite get there into the braking zone. Round the final corner we go. Cars absolutely everywhere. And just like we saw in race 1, the start was crazy because the drivers know it's hard to overtake from this point onwards. Into the first turn we go. Key Nakamura Roberta still can't make the overtake, and he could leave himself vulnerable to Kirill Kutskov, who could be the next driver to attack, as Anurag still soars away at the back of Popov, trying to find any form of opportunity, and he's now going to look for the move up the inside, and there will be contact. We were always going to get to that point, and Anurag slowing down off the road.
Yeah, that was a gap that was always going to disappear, unfortunately, for Kabir Anurag. Just was not committed enough going down the inside of Max Popov there. I was about to say before, while Omi was talking, that Nakamura Roberta needed to watch out for his front wing. In the end, it was Anurag.
Absolutely. Oh my word. Still getting so close. 3 wide will not work. As Olivieri's the car trying to get up the inside. Key Nakamura Roberta finds himself in second place. Finding his way in the pit lane is Hattimer at the moment as well. So a bit of a disappointment there. As we still run side by side. Popov once again at this part of the circuit looking to go on the attack. It's not the position that he would have wanted to be fighting for, but gaining a place and moving up is Kirill Kutskov. He's up 3 from where he started the race.
Yeah, he certainly is. A great advancement there from Kutskov. Let's have a replay of, and this is the Jensers going round, and yeah. Just just a case of 6 or 7 into 1 does not go.
Pretty much was the case. Anorak continues to drop down and down and down. At the moment, fastest lap goes to Sebastian Weldon. Shouldn't come across as a surprise. He's been absolutely flying this weekend, as Anorak now is going to try and make up for some lost places. Cars absolutely everywhere. Very nearly 4 wide we go, as Anorak has already had contact today. Very nearly getting himself into some more, and it may open the door as well for the RHGP driver trying to fight his way by. This is a very aggressive start to this race. We have plenty of drivers who are in the mix, and Anorak looking to just try and control and hang on to any form of opportunities there could be. There's a whole gaggle of them arriving to our camera down there. Wild scenes to start Misano race 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Anurag was a little bit rude there, I thought, to Savayukin as he went by. He just was in no mood. He must be seeing the red mist under that helmet at the moment. I'm actually very surprised his front wing's still intact, but he's leading. Look at that gaggle of cars, all looking for a slipstream now as they come down towards that right-hander.
Absolutely. They're all darting all over the place. RHGP drivers in the mix, absolutely everywhere as well. And Kansani's going to be there. Anurag, that could get very close to contact. My word, it is becoming an absolute brawl out there on the circuit. Italian F4 cars are going for it around Misano, a circuit which, of course, is for motorbikes, but single-seaters are spread across the road. I think this has to surely be the biggest brawl that we've had all season in terms of so many cars fighting for one piece of tarmac. And now Anurag's looking to defend over the pit wall. Sevayukin there trying to find his way through. Around the outside goes Sevayukin, and he's going to take the position. But Anurag, I can't believe his car is still running. Forget his front wing. How is he even running in this at this stage? Because he's been involved. He's been involved in so much wheel-to-wheel combat so far.
They look like a flock of birds trying to follow each other all around the track there. So many of them. Oh, this is absolutely brilliant racing between them all. But yeah, somehow all of them seem to be undamaged. I think that's the most amazing thing of it all now, and it's not over yet.
Still not over. That could be out of control there. Into the braking zone as they fight their way by. As we say hello to our race leaders once again. As Keen Nakamura Burt is trying to get up to P3. That's the battle that is going on as well. But yeah, interesting scenes going on further back in the field, I think it is fair to say. Absolute brawling at the moment in time.
That was far too much action for that TV director. I think he was just switched for some reason to the lead when there was nothing going on. But now, as I say that, we've got Charles Dupé now trying to look around the back of Newman Chi, who's defending that second place. But Dupé's got so much more speed at this point in the lap. He's looking this way, that way. He's on the outside at the moment, going down the start-finish line.
Yeah, that's
got a nose in there.
Yeah,
sorry, go on. He's going around the outside. Brilliant stuff from Charles Dupé there. Absolutely fantastic.
Yep, so position change comes into play as Nakamura Roberto moves up to third position there. So he's able to gain a place up against Dupé as we continue to navigate our way through. That was quite close, wasn't it? That was quite close. But our champion-to-be moves up a position.
Yeah, sorry, misidentifying drivers there.
Too many
Premers. It is far too many Premers. Yeah, great stuff from Nakamura Berta there. You would expect the champion-elect. It's pretty much confirmed at this point, isn't it? This year's champion. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Pulling off moves like that. He definitely did it in race 1. He had a lot of places to make up there, and now he's in the upper stages of the grid here in race 2 as well.
And he deserves to be. But now my interesting question will be, can he try and go on the attack and chase down the drivers ahead? That will at least be the aim. Anurag has to be very careful of track limits, by the way. He's already got up to 3. Not surprised with the way that he has been going at it. Has the Alpine Junior of Kabir Anurag. Over the line we go, and Weldon just doing enough over the line. The gap this time by is 1.6 seconds between our top 2, but 4 Prema cars find themselves in the top 4.
Yeah, 4 Prema cars, which is definitely something we're used to seeing from years gone by. Yeah, it's Weldon, Chi, as we said now, with pretty evenly spaced gaps between them. Nakamura Berta on the podium in third, Charles Dupé fourth. Kirill Kutzkov, from his earlier speed that he's shown in the earlier laps of this race, seems to have dropped off slightly now. Yeah, I want to go. I want to go back to that midfield brawl now. That's where the action was at.
Yeah, I would absolutely love to go back and continue that bit of fighting that we saw as well, while these lot get it together and begin their fight all the way till the finish. A reminder to you, this is Group A versus Group B. If you, of course, are a fan of any of the drivers in Group C, you can expect to see them later on. Of course, Group A wasn't participating earlier on. They are now. Every group has to basically miss one race. So you can expect to see later on Salim Hanna, Lucas Amalisto, Bondurev, Francot, Seita, Vinci. We've got Nicola as well, which I'm actually going to talk about with Wes in a moment. We've got Waze, Busso, Schrott, Repetto, Albag, Erigo and Strenger as well. So those are the drivers you can expect to see later on that will join us, as Group B then will miss that contest, which of course includes Weldon, which includes Key Nakamura Roberto, which includes Popov and Kutzkov, who's been very good, and it also includes Cosmic Christopher. So Wes, that will first of all be a lot of our top contenders gone as well. So I'm excited to see how the order's going to shape out.
It's a shame it had to work out like that, yeah. But of course they decide which car goes in which group after qualifying, and yeah, it just so happened that that this group is where all the top runners are. But it'll be nice to see some of the lesser looked at drivers in this championship. There are so many of them. Isn't there? The entry list is absolutely full to bursting point, which is the reason why, of course, we have the extra race some weekends now. As we look down, Max Popov now coming under pressure from Emanuele Olivieri in the RSGP. Let's see if he can start making a move on the Van Amersfoort driver. He's a bit too far back now.
Yeah. Bit too far back indeed. But yes, Wes, you messaged me a few days ago about a certain Ferrari Junior who had joined our field for this weekend. And, of course, he had his announcement at the same time that Alba Larson was announced. So those two were announced at the same time. One for F1 Academy, of course. The entry will be supported next year. But great to see. Great to see more and more incredible talents coming in. And yeah, I was quite excited by the news that you brought to me earlier on in the week.
Yeah, absolutely. Niccolo McNarney, who any of you F4 fans that follow the all the championships closely, like I do, might recognize the name from the Formula 4 Southeast Asian Championship that the last couple of rounds of that championship took place in Sepang in Malaysia. And oh, one of the drivers is going slow.
Someone slowing down. Doesn't look like it's going to have an impact on our leading group. Is that Gomez who's got back out there?
I can't quite tell. There was too much sun in there. I couldn't even tell what team it was from there. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, Niccolo McInerney, his first few races, fresh out of karting, have just been absolutely explosive, and he's really proving why Ferrari have put so much faith in him, because he's just an absolute joy to watch behind the wheel. And yeah, obviously I didn't see him in race one, and he's taking this race off, I believe. But yeah, for the rest of the weekend, he'll be in the sole BVM Racing entry, and yeah, one to keep an eye out on for the future, I think.
Absolutely, so many drivers that can find themselves as future contenders. But yeah, interesting stuff there, as we saw Gabriel Gomez possibly make their way to it. Could have also, it definitely looked like his car. We couldn't identify the number completely. Did they refire it, send him out there for a bit of fun? But yes, no official confirmation on that at the moment, as Key Nakamura Bertus has the fastest lap and is now chasing P2.
Yeah, that's right. I don't think. Yeah, no, it doesn't. It doesn't say that that Gomez is circulating at the moment. He's still listed as having completed 0 laps. So yeah, I'll keep an eye out on that. It did look vaguely US racing-esque, didn't it, though? But
Yeah.
yeah, the angle the camera was at and the sun beating down on it, we couldn't easily tell who it was. But yeah, we'll let you know when we do.
Yep, indeed. We will make sure to let you know indeed at the moment. So, the car's continuing to navigate their way by. Just under 11 minutes to go on the clock, by the way. But we've got a battle for second place that is forming. And this is very much vibes of F2 last year, Abu Dhabi. Of course, it's not the season finale yet. It is the final round. But we know that Key Nakamura Berta will be the champion. There's nothing Gomez can do about it. But yeah, it's about waiting all the way till the end, and we'll give him his moment over the line like we always do. To be fair, it tends to happen quite a bit in motorsport. Whereas I remember even the F1 sprint a few years ago, 2023 Qatar, where with Perez out, Verstappen was going to be champion anyway, but it's all about just waiting till the finish line comes.
Yeah, motorsport does tend to go like that sometimes. Hopefully we'll get a bit of action along the way. That's all we can really hope for at the moment. Nakamura ability reeling currently in second place at a rate of knots, and he's now right behind the Chinese driver. And with 10 minutes plus 1 lap to go in this race, and only really a 3-second gap between the leader Weldon and second place Chi, it's entirely possible that even though he doesn't need to, Nakamura Berta could be going for first in this race.
Yeah, from what we saw earlier on, though, he needs to get on with it, and he needs to make the move now, because he had no time enough. He didn't have any time to close in and chase down our race leader of Weldon. It's basically going to be the same scenario, I feel like. It could turn out to be exactly the same way that race 1 poised out, where Key Nakamura Berta will make the move for second, and then he can't go anywhere further from that, just due to the way things are looking. Bart Harrison's lost a couple of positions. Here we go, though. Key Nakamura Berta looking to try and set things up. Our champion to be at the moment, and we've got some battling going on further back as well, as at the same time we are going to see some crazy fighting going on. We've got Bart Harrison, that is still side by side further back, that is with Vescott and Matilda Pat's in there, so there's some fighting going on further back. There's some fighting in the mid pack, and there's also some even further back we go in this field. But I want to see whether Key Nakamura Berta could have got through to take second place, because he was looking dangerously close to doing so, as we continue to right now follow the drivers as they make their way round this circuit, around the final few corners, as the snake makes their way down towards turn 1.
This is the battle for 17th place with Ari Bansel and David Volta, the Danish driver there. And Ari Bansel, interestingly, just coming off the back, of course, of his GB4 championship, which he won very impressively, taking it from Dan Ginchard at the final round. He's also signed up to the Saudi Arabian F4 Championship, which the first round is taking place this weekend, but of course it clashes with this Italian F4, so he'll be taking part of that from round 2 onwards, I believe. And yeah, making the most of it here. Unfortunately, as I said, it is the battle over 17th place in this race, so no points awarded there.
Oh!
But and
is that Kostic who's dropping down? Kostic's had issues as well, and we've got another driver who is involved.
Yeah, Kostic. Is that Savinkar? No. I couldn't quite tell who that was. Again, these long camera angles are rather affected, unfortunately, by the heat haze from the sun, and it's not easy to tell who that was.
Oh my word!
Oh dear.
So it's a Van Amersfoort that gets into the side, and then there's another car that has to take avoiding action.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just trying. It is Savinkov. So Savinkov was the RSGP who went flying. Amazing that his car's still running, actually. But yeah, I can't for the life of me work out who the Van Amersfoort was that he came into contact with. It could be Reuter,
Yeah,
actually.
I think it was. I think it was Alexander Reuter who got into the side of him at that moment. But yes, plenty of racing going on. And I would like to say, yes, congratulations to Harry Bansal on the championship, the GB4 championship, which was racing on the same weekend as us in the GB3, as we continue to battle. And it is, at the moment, going to be some fantastic racing continuing. Now the defense is coming in from Dupe, and he's trying his absolute best to hang on from Kirill Kutskov, who is absolutely on the back, and Maximilian Popov will go for any opportunity that comes his way, and the opportunity could be now, because off the ideal racing line was Kirill Kutskov, and this is three cars that aren't separated by anything at all, battling for fourth position. Kirill Kutskov will have a very wide line round the final corner. Could it give him some good momentum as out wide goes Dupe, and now Kirill Kutskov has got the opportunity. Now he's got the chance. He will try and send it around the outside. Won't be able to make the move there. Will there be any cutback opportunity? Not as of yet. Maybe on the way out of the corner though, because it looks like he's got some good momentum. Great fighting this between these two drivers. And now Charles Dupe will need to continue to defend. And Popov locks up and will be very close to contact. They get away with it though.
Yeah, somehow they're all remaining in the same positions as before. Popov really trying to look around the outside. It's not over yet as they come down this long back straight. Popov on the outside, but he's gonna try and sell him the dummy. He goes down the inside, not quite gonna make it, no, unfortunately. And keep an eye out on Olivieri. Olivieri now is alongside Popov and is gonna try and make the pass. Nope, Popov manages to see off that challenge.
Really feels like we'll be getting to a safety car at some point in this race. We haven't had a safety car in race 1. We've not had any in this race, but the racing has been like we're going to get a safety car as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get in the final few minutes. Let's hope not, so we can't end under green flags.
And we've had a car flying through the air in this race, bear in mind, and still no safety car. So yeah, but yeah, it does seem like an eventuality, doesn't it? With drivers getting so close, coming up to and then coming into contact with each other. But yeah, so far we have not seen it.
Absolutely. Here we go then. Final few minutes of the race coming up then into the first turn. By the way, anyone who's looking to try and see whether Kei Nakamura Berta would have been able to take second place, that battle is not going on anymore. It's no longer a battle. Because the gap is 3.5 between Weldon and Shi, and then it's 5.1 between Weldon and Kei Nakamura Berta. So you've got a gap that is 3.8 and between top two, and then between first and third it's 5.2. So it means that it's very much spread out between those two.
Yeah, 1.5 seconds it is now between Nakamura Berta and Chi. So yeah, I don't know if Nakamura Berta might have made a mistake somewhere, but he's really eased off the back of Chi. Maybe they told him over the radio, like, dude, you don't need to do this. You've won. Just take the podium. Just take the podium. But yeah, you can understand it from the racing driver's point of view. Like when they are on the track, when they are behind the wheel, their job is not done. So it does not come naturally to them to just ease off.
Absolutely. We're just trying to see what other mats we can make Wes do, because the main mats he was going to be doing tonight was basically taken away from him ever since he started the broadcast. Don't worry, in 2 weeks' time we'll have a Freca and E4 finale with both championships to be decided, and most likely a competitive battle for the championship rather than what we've seen in GV3 and Italian F4, where it was quite clear who was going to win it. So yeah, you're going to have to do mats when it comes to a tight championship battle as well. So good luck with that in 2 weeks' time.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. There is no threat of dust settling on my calculator buttons, so yeah, it's all gonna be good. But yeah, as we get a very nice close up on Sebastian Weldon, great shot there from the camera operators. But yeah, he's been in absolute control of this race from the very beginning. Of course, we saw him dominate race one as well, and yeah, we very much look forward to seeing him. In all likelihood, moving up into regional level, I expect next year.
Yeah, and he'll be quite an exciting
And
driver, I'm sure, to move up to regional level as well. It's a bit of a shame that we don't have Gomez for this race. I was looking forward to seeing how his pace would compare to Weldon, because Weldon's been in control in both of the races this weekend so far, but of course we won't get to see Weldon, so it could very much be a Gomez domination when it comes to race 3. Race 4 and 5, though, that is where it's all going to play out, I'm sure, between them, as we're about to head on to what will be the penultimate lap of the race.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, with the rather unfortunate unreliability of this race, of course, we can't count on any kind of domination from that race. Even though he, of course, will be starting in pole position for that race. He'll want to make a mark on this weekend, though, of course. Oh, and this is Kutskov now down the inside of Dupé. Very, very nice move. And and Popov there making the most of it as well. So, yeah, great opportunism there from Popov.
Absolutely. Maximilian Popov on the attack as well. It was quite close when it came to that battle. The clock has hit 0. We are on the penultimate tour. We're about to make our way on to what will be the final lap of the race. Race number 2 of the weekend. This still is, by the way. There's still so much to come. We have race 3 later on. We have race 4 tomorrow morning. And then race 5, of course, is the postponed race from Imola. The race 2 crash that we had there. So that'll be our final race of the season, and then we'll say goodbye to Italian F4, the first championship that we'll be saying goodbye to here on JB Motorsports. 2 out of the 4 that we've decided to introduce this year, and it has been one great campaign. But we'll save all of the emotional talking for later on in the weekend when we get to race number 5. For now, we've still got plenty of racing to go, but it will be a very emotional last lap, I am sure, for Kei Nakamura Berta, who is going to be on his way to win the title. And even though he knows it, the thing is, you only will experience it as you come across the line. Final lap of the race.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the TV director's going to want to follow Nakamura Berta, even though, as you said, Omi, he has already won it by virtue of Gomez not taking part in this race, really. And yeah, although of course we can't downplay just how much Sebastian Weldon has really been the class of the field in this race, and yeah, hopefully we can see a lot more of that both at the end of this year as well in I was going to say Euro 4, E4 now as it's known, and yeah, going forward into 2026 as well.
What a talent, what a driver Kei Nakamura Berta has been across this season. And he's finally about to get his winning moment of the championship. His dominant way to start the season at this circuit in round 1 was absolutely extraordinary. The way he won in every single race that he participated in, got his winning streak to 5. And remember, of course, he didn't have the chance to go beyond that due to the grid format, meaning that he had to sit out a race. But Kei Nakamura Berta is on his way to the title. Weldon will move up to 2nd place in the points battle. The gap will be 97 points between the two of them. But Weldon has been absolutely perfect around Misano this weekend so far. He will come across the line and will lead a Prema 1-2-3 as Weldon takes the checkered flag first. But Kei Nakamura Berta weaves across the line to become the Italian F4 champion in 2025. He takes the crown in this season of racing, which has provided so much great racing, and it is 8 wins podiums, 14 to 15 now after this race, and 9 pole positions. He has been the class of the field, and Key Nakamura Berta can officially call himself a champion, and he joins a list of Lance Stroll, of Ralph Aaron, of Siebert, of Armstrong, Fittipaldi, Hauger, Mini, Behrman, Antonelli, Stuka, and Slater, who have all won it at this level. But now he adds his name in 2025 to that list, and well, we've had many graduates, Wes, that have progressed from this championship and have gone on to join Formula One. I think this could be the next driver who we could be seeing in the future.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Yes, he has. He's really improved. This, of course, is his second year in this championship, and he's just improved tenfold from last year. He was quite inconsistent last year, but yeah, he's just absolutely dominated this championship. Never really a moment where he looked like he was on the back foot, and yeah, he richly deserves to win.
Yeah. So, congratulations to him on the title, and we'll say goodbye to him now for the rest of today. We'll say goodbye to our race winner and a lot of the drivers, because we'll of course let Group A get their second race along with Group B. They will battle it out and will fight it out later on as well. So, looking forward to seeing how it is all going to play out. Group A and C, I should say. Rather, that will fight it out in race number 3 of the weekend. Now. Remember, this is the group format, so we've not discussed it, but we should be saying goodbye to a few drivers. Rodriguez and Berraby, I think, we'll be saying goodbye to. Westcott, I'm not sure on, but those could be 3 drivers who we lose from this as well in terms of the race 4 finale that'll be coming up. Here's our race results, though. And it is the win for Weldon. She's in second, the rookie winner. And the championship goes the way of Key Nakamura Berta, who's in third. Kutskov in fourth. Popov in fifth. And then Charles Dupé, Olivieri, Cosma Christopher, Ruta, and Sevayukin completing our top 10. Kabiranarag in 11th. Alex Powell in 12th. Jan Koller in 13th. Badr Al-Salati in 14th. And then Ari Bansal, David Welter, Francesca Pio Capola. And then we found ourselves with Savinkov as well next up. And then Andrea Kostic and Nicholas Kores. Let's take a look at our championship. Well, we've got a crown champion at the front. The rookie championship still going on. Salim Hanna, though, has control of that at the moment. And we've also, of course, got the Women's Cup that is also being fought for that championship. The Women's Trophy as well. We've got plenty of them in the field. There's not a lot of points. There's not a lot of points at all between our contenders at the top of that standing. So I'm looking forward to seeing who's going to come out on top between the drivers of Emily Cotti and Peyton Vescott. They're the ones who are contending for that. 266 points go to Emily Cotti and Vescott. Well, I mean, if she finds herself out, that should be the championship pretty much going Emily Cotti's way in terms of that.
Yeah, I would. Excuse me, I would think so. So yeah, it's been an interesting championship if you've been following it this season between the female drivers, and yeah, Emily Cotti largely has been the quickest of all of them generally over the course of the year. So yeah, not sealed by any chance, but it looks like it's going to be going that way.
3 Italian F4 champions have made their way to Formula 1. That includes Lance Stroll, Oliver Behrman, and Andrea Kimi Antonelli. Other drivers that have also progressed from this level. Lando Norris has raced as well, and he's in the fight for the Formula 1 championship this year. Other drivers like Joe Schumacher, Doohan, and Gabriel Bortoletto, who's also making his debut this season in Formula 1, have also raced. A good list of drivers and 3 champions produced in total as well. And Jack Doohan is the only one who actually didn't end up taking any accolades from Italian F4. Did 6 races, but found himself with 0 podiums and 0 wins. Most of them taking wins, and a few of them at least grabbing a podium, like Lando Norris, able to grab 1 as well in his year in 2015. So that is in terms of the drivers who have progressed up into Formula 1, and I think it's a perfect time to bring those numbers up. We haven't went through them all season in terms of F1 drivers that have been produced by this level, so I think a perfect time to go through them as we crown our next champion, as we crown a dominant champion. And Wes, I'm so looking forward to seeing where his career will go next. Now, I said this 1 week ago for British F4 to McLaughlin about, can't wait to see him in regional level probably, whether he joins us in GB3 or Freck next year, but then we got the announcement of him coming to Formula 3. Okay, let's go down and hear from our champion now.
Now it's come full circle with a championship victory.
Yeah, it's been an incredible year all round. Prem have done an incredible job, and I think I've done my part as well. We always knew we were always going to be strong coming back here. We had a few issues yesterday, but yeah, we put them right today, and I think it's been an incredible 2 results so far and an incredible season. So yeah, I can't thank them enough. It's been winning this year just feels so great coming from last year. So massive thanks to everyone there, especially my engineer Mark, Mechanic Guido, and Max, and everyone else who's helped, and Gary and Dean, and obviously my parents and my sister for supporting me off track as well. So yeah, it hasn't really sunk in yet, but yeah, it feels good.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Key Nakamura Berta, your 2025 Italian F4 champion. May have not sunk in yet. I can definitely assure you it will by the time we reach the end of the weekend. We're getting to the highlights of this race. Wes, do you want to talk us through what we saw in the second race of the weekend of 5?
Yeah, quite an interesting battle. Obviously, it started very explosively with Gomez not even taking part. He was pulled back into the pits. But yeah, up at the front, it was very much Weldon who controlled everything, never really looked in danger of losing the lead from this race. Gomez out of it, and his slim championship aspirations were thrown to the fire as that happened there. And some very, very aggressive Anurag on Max Popoff there. And this was the very, very crazy moment there. I think Savinkov tagged someone else as well after the initial contact. Yeah, that was crazy flying through the air. But yeah, Sebastian Weldon, as I said, absolutely dominated the race, taking a very well-deserved 25 points. And yeah, moving up, at the moment at least, back into second place of the championship. Of course, he will miss race 3, as will Nakamura Berta, with Gomez starting in pole position for that race. So he may well take that second place back by the end of that, but we'll have to wait and see as we go to the podium.
To the podium we go indeed, and just making sure it's positioned nicely for the driver in third, right to the side of him. It's very visible. Key Nakamura Berta, P1 Drivers' Champion of Italian F4 in 2025. Sebastian Weldon, though, well, he'll be getting the biggest trophy of this race for the winner. Of course, Key Nakamura Berta has won it all this season. A superb performance. And Prema have taken 7 Drivers' Championship in total since Italian F4 began. As well, we've already run you through some of those drivers that have progressed up to Formula 1 from that list. As the trophies are presented, Prema posing down for their picture. It's a full Prema podium as well, which is the absolutely brilliant thing as they lift the trophy, and they do so in celebrations as well. Time for the national anthem. The US national anthem for Seb Weldon, who has conquered the field around Misano once again. And he will definitely review what's gone wrong this year and why this isn't a championship that's heading to the final race. But as you mentioned, Wes, we say goodbye to a few of these drivers now for the rest of today. we will see them back tomorrow for race 4 and race 5. But that is it in terms of the racing for them here on this Saturday, as the final pictures get taken and Key Nakamura Roberta walks away with the champion board. And of course we have to get some of the celebrations going. Of course we have to get that going on the podium as well, as they will get on with that. But Wes, well, we will now be losing for the rest of today. As I mentioned, I'll quickly read out the list. We'll say goodbye to Weldon, Popov, Key Nakamura, Roberta, Kutzkov, Kozma, Christopher, Sevayukin, Powell, Ruta, Pats, Cotti, Vescott, and then Hatame, Rodriguez, Coppola, and Berraby. So we lose quite a lot of our drivers who actually fought to the front across the 2 races. So it means that race 3 later could be wide open, but Gabriel Gomez, he'll be a tough one to beat, because I think really he's the powerhouse, really. I think it's fair to say, Wes, in terms of both of the other groups. Salim Hanna, Newman, she could also be described as one. Samuelisto looked a bit quick as well earlier on. Frankot can bring out surprises, but yeah, it's definitely advantage Gomez heading into the races, I think, Wes.
Yeah, on the assumption that his car doesn't conk out at the start as it did here. But yeah, I'm just looking to pull up, because we have the grid, I believe. Yeah, it's going to be Gomez on pole, as you said, from Salim Hanna. He'll be on the front row with him. Newman Chi will be going out of third from Samuelisto. Dupe Bondarev. Anurag 7th from Reno Frankart. We haven't really seen much of him this weekend, have we? But and then Olivieri and Sater will complete the top 10.
Yeah, Reno Frankart had like an issue. He was starting in the top 10, but then had an issue and fell all the way till the back. It wasn't one which really we even got to mention on air, because it just secretly happened in behind. So yeah, that happened earlier on for him. But Wes, that is it for race 2, our broadcast here. The champion crowning moment. Final thoughts on that. Final thoughts on KMB's season, and moving on and moving up towards race number 3 later on.
Yeah, the thought occurred to me on the podium that of course there's a Formula 4 race going on at Macau in a couple of weeks' time, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we may be seeing a few of these drivers going there, and that'll be something else to behold. So yeah, definitely not the end as far as 2025 goes for these drivers.
Absolutely. And definitely not, because they've only done 2 of 3 races. They've only done 2 or 5 races. We've still got 3 to go later on, of course. A lot of them won't be participating in the one that's coming up in a bit. But we, as fans, get to enjoy 5 in total this weekend. Okay, my thanks to Wes, and a huge congratulations to Key Nakamura Roberta. The champion might be crowned. We still have some race winners, though, to end off the season. It is going to be a brawl. It's going to be exciting. We hope to have your company in a few hours when Italian F4 goes racing for the 3rd time today. Goodbye.